Welcome to Intermediate Certamen Finals for this year's NJCL convention. We want to thank all of the players who have come to this very unusual first virtual convention due to the pandemic. We want to thank you all for your patience, your resilience, and for all of the preparation you've put into this round and your work at the tournament generally. The moderating staff just wants to remind everybody that the most important thing we get out of Certamen is the love of learning and the friends and colleagues we make across the country. We want to remind you that this is way more important than winning or losing any single round, and that we hope that we will all practice being graceful both in winning and losing when each of those things happens. Again, the moderating staff wishes you the best of luck as we get started on this round today. Congratulations on making it here. I'll introduce our moderator, Mr. Chris Sloan, and he'll go ahead and get the other staff introduced and the teams. Thank you, Mr. Sloan, for moderating.
Thank you very much, and congrats to the three teams for getting here. So I'm going to turn it over to the backup moderators to introduce themselves. I forget who has what role. I think, Michael, you're the primary backup, so why don't you go ahead?
Hi, I'm Michael Kearney from Wisconsin, and I'll be the backup, but mostly doing the pasting for the bonuses.
And then I think, Emily, the other role is yours.
Hi, Emily Husino. I am the protest point person. So if you have a protest, please private message me with it. Thank you.
Great. And let's have our timer introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Althea Porter from Kentucky, and I'll be keeping time today.
And our two scorers, please. David.
Hi, I'm David Jaffe, originally from Chicago, Illinois, and I will be keeping score today.
And Shannon.
Hi, I'm Shannon Sloan. I'm from Tennessee, and I will be the backup scorekeeper today.
Great. Thank you. And at this point, let's have the teams introduce themselves. Let's start with Massachusetts player one and just go down the line, please.
Hello, I'm James.
Hello, I'm Kyler from Massachusetts.
I'm Louisa from Massachusetts.
Owen from Massachusetts.
Thank you. And let's have the Florida team, please.
Howdy, I'm Pfeffer from Florida.
Hello, I'm William from Florida.
Hi, I'm Spencer from Florida.
Hi, I'm Walker from Florida.
And finally, let's have the Texas players introduce themselves.
Hello, I am Marco.
Hi, I'm Victoria from Texas.
Hey, I'm Christian.
And I'm Logan from Texas.
Great. Congratulations to all of you for doing that. A couple of announcements first. As a reminder, by participating in this session, you're agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will review. Please do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant, and frankly, any of the co-hosts here, have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove you from Zoom for not following the guidelines or the NJCL Code of Conduct. Let's have a buzzer check, please. Let's start with the Massachusetts players, please. Thank you. And the Florida players? Thank you. And the Texas players? Great, that worked out well. Reminders that you may not have any electronic devices, books, or notes that are accessible to you during the round. You can have one blank physical or virtual piece of paper to take notes on, as long as in the case of a virtual piece of paper, it is not shared with anyone else. A reminder to all of the coaches and alternates in the room and any of the other folks that are in the Zoom room other than the players, please keep your cameras and microphones off and keep quiet in any other way. So don't be sending messages through the chat except for congratulatory messages at the score checks or Zoom reactions at the score checks. While the round is in progress between score checks, please keep the chat clean for just the players and the moderators. Players, we will be requiring you to keep your cameras on for the full round here in the finals. Reminder to make sure and wait to be recognized. You all know the drill at this point, but I will say something along the lines of Florida 1, Fefe, if it's the one that showed up first in my order. But it's important to remember to wait to be recognized, because there may and probably will be circumstances in which it may appear to you that you buzzed ahead of someone else when in fact you did not. And our rule is a very pragmatic one in this instance, which is the order that it shows up on my screen is the official order for purposes of recognizing players. We will do score checks at 5, 10, 15, and 19. You're free at that point in time to type encouraging words or to use the Zoom reactions. But again, we ask that you not do that otherwise during the round. Can we have the Aurelia passage pasted, please? I'll do it. All right. Aurelia, qui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua in genti et equo suo. Tredicem ludos magnos Iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectavan. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurrere quaebit. Ehu. Questions about my pronunciations or if I wasn't coming in clearly? Great. So reminder to the players to not be doing anything that could be construed as consultation. Your only communications with your teammates should be either in the Zoom chat or verbally over Zoom. You're not allowed to have any other applications available to you for communications during the round. For the coaches and alternates and other members of the audience, there should not be any public exclamations about rules issues or consultation. If you all have an issue about something, an answer that was given that you think should or should not have been accepted, a rules issue, a consultation issue, whatever it might be, please private message Emily. Emily is the point person for all of those issues, and then she will coordinate with the rest of the staff, including me, as needed if we need to address something or take some sort of action. Players, if I'm in the middle of reading a toss-up, for example, and you have a question, raise your hand, or probably more effectively, speak up and let me know. In terms of the finals round, just like in the semifinals round, once we complete question 19, at that point, we will ask you if there are any challenges that we need to resolve that we aren't already aware of. At that point in time, we will resolve all challenges for questions 1 through 19 fully and finally prior to moving on to toss-up 20. If you have a concern about questions 1 through 19 and you do not raise it at that point in time, then you will have waived your right to do that. Of course, if there's a concern about question 19, then certainly you're welcome to raise, or question 20, you're certainly welcome to raise that at the appropriate point in the time. Lastly, before I open the floor for other questions, please remember that we have discretion to make rulings during the rounds. Certainly, if you have a concern about something that goes beyond a routine ruling, you're certainly welcome to address that with our esteemed Certamen chair. But in general, the ask is that you be polite and respectful of our judgment. We're certainly doing our best to give you all a good virtual Certamen experience. So on that note, I'm going to pause for a second and throw it open to the players and the coaches to see if you all have any questions for me before we proceed with the round. Okay, it sounds like we're good to go. So at this point, we're going to start intermediate division final round. And per usual, I'm going to read a practice question first for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of questions found in the remainder of this tournament. This is toss-up practice. Give the Latin term for the Romans' symbolic procedure prior to a wedding, which Texas for Logan.
Deductio.
I'm sorry, deductio is incorrect. Massachusetts for
Sponsalia.
Sponsalia is correct. And the rest of the question was, which carried no legal ramifications and only featured a further promise that the bride would marry the groom. Your first bonus. What was the Latin term for the dowry paid by the bride's family to?
I do not know this.
It's DOS, or like DOS.
DOS, okay.
Yeah.
DOS, final answer.
Both is correct. And your second bonus, give the Latin term for the public gesture of unity or togetherness led by the pronuba at a wedding.
Dextrorum Junctio.
Dextrorum Junctium or
Dextrorum. Dextrorum Junctio.
Junctio, okay. Dextrorum Junctio, final answer.
Dextrorum Junctio is correct. That was 20 fake points on question number 1. On that note, let me just check one thing on all the names to make sure I've got them. Okay, we are going to move now on to toss-up number 1 for realsies this time. Good luck to all 3 teams. Toss-up number 1. Idaho, Missouri, and Michigan all have mottos that Florida won, Fefe.
A future imperative.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Texas won, Marco.
All have sum.
I'm sorry, that's also incorrect. I'll repeat. Idaho, Missouri, and Michigan all have mottos that contain an imperative form. Give the motto of the state which contains a present imperative form. We have Massachusetts for Owen.
Michigan.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. We needed the motto. The motto was Si quaeris peninsulam amoenam circumspice. So there are no points on question 1 for any team. And we're going to now move on to toss-up number 2 for any team. Of the words pilum, cardo, numen, sedes, and quercus, which is being described in the following sentence? Per multi sunt homines. Florida 1, Fefe?
Cardo.
I'm sorry, cardo is incorrect. Texas 1, Marco?
Pilum.
I'm sorry, pilum is incorrect. I'll repeat. Of the words pilum, cardo, numen, sedes, and quercus, which is being described in the following sentence? Per multi sunt homines qui hoc ab Ioe petant ut res bene event. We've got Massachusetts 2, Kyler.
Newman.
Newman is correct. The last word was eveniant. First bonus for Massachusetts. Of the words pilum, cardo, numen, sedes, and quercus, which is being described in the following sentence? Est instrumentum Janui quod patitur Januas aperiri claudique.
So is this just like a door?
Yes, an instrument of a
or is it
door
like
which
an instrument that opens
allows
a door?
doors
Okay,
to
is that
open
a
and close.
is that a
So
quercus?
It's
Sorry,
no.
is
The quercus is an oak tree.
I'd say cardo.
Okay,
Because
Cardo.
cardo is the goddess of
Yeah.
door hinges.
Okay, sounds good. Cardo, final answer.
Cardo is correct. And your second bonus of the words pilum, cardo, numen, sedis, and quercus, which is being described in the following sentence. Est signum naturale Iois, habet ramos et folia et codicem.
Quercus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quercus, final answer.
Quercus is correct. That's 20 points for Massachusetts on question 3.
Is that question 2?
Oh, sorry. Yes, question 2. Thank you. All right, this is question 3. Toss up for any team. Which of these rivers listed by their Roman names was not in one of the provinces of Gaul? Garumna, Iberus, Liger, Massachusetts Fort Owen?
Iberus.
Iberus is correct. The rest of the rivers, Liger, Rhodanus, and Sequana. Your first bonus, Massachusetts. In what province was the Iberus River, and what is the river's modern name?
So,
is that the...
What's Portugal?
Is it? Are you
I'm
sure?
just thinking Iberian Peninsula.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's good. It could be the Ebro River, but it.
Ebro,
might
yeah,
be-
it's probably the Ebro.
Yeah.
Wait, no, but
All right, go with that.
so
Yeah, go with
Ebro,
that.
so in Hispania, right?
Yes.
Hispania, and the modern name is the Ebro River. Final answer.
Yes, that's correct. And your second bonus, give the modern name of any 2 of the rivers from Gaul listed in the toss-up.
So that's Garonne and the Seine. Seine.
Yeah.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
The Garona is the Garonne, and the Rhodanus is the Rhone. Final answer.
That's correct, yes. The others were the Loire and the Seine. That's 20 points on question 3 for Massachusetts. Moving on now to toss-up number 4 for any team. At what seaport did Zeus turn a blood-red snake to stone after Massachusetts James?
Aulis.
Aulis is correct. After it ate a sparrow and her 8 children, convincing Calchas that the Greeks would besiege Troy for 9 years. First bonus for Massachusetts. What maiden was sacrificed at Aulis by her father, who wished to obtain favorable winds for the journey to Troy?
Iphigenia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know? An Athenian tragedy already.
Iphigenia. Final answer.
Yes, Iphigenia is correct. And your second bonus. In some stories, it is said that Artemis transported Iphigenia to the land of what tribe?
The
Where she was
Taurians.
priestess.
Can one of you type that?
Yeah.
The Taurians. Final answer.
Taurians is correct. That is 20 points for Massachusetts on question 4. Toss-up 5 for any team. Who began his career as emperor in the Western Empire, nominally in command of the entire West, though in reality controlling only the Illyrian provinces? Florida 2, William?
Julius Nepos.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Texas 4, Logan?
Galerius.
Sorry, that's also incorrect. I'll repeat for Massachusetts. Who began his career as emperor in the Western Empire, nominally in command of the entire West, though in reality controlling only the Illyrian provinces, but later became sole emperor in the East after his defeat of Maximinus Daia in Massachusetts 1, James?
Constantine.
Sorry, Constantine is incorrect. We needed Licinius for that. So no points on number 5, and we will now have a score check.
After 5 toss-ups, Texas has yet to score. Massachusetts has 60 points. Florida has yet to score.
Okay. Moving on now. This is toss-up 6 for any team. Of the following words, which 2 derived from Latin? Burst, meaning, quash, squash. Florida 1, Fefe.
Meaning and squash.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Texas 1, Marco. I need your answer. You may be muted.
Squash.
Time. And Massachusetts 2, Kyler.
Quash and squash.
Quash and squash are the correct ones. That is correct. So first bonus for Massachusetts. Of the following words, which one, if any, derives from Latin? Pay, silly, spell, photography.
I think it's pay, right? I might be wrong about that.
Pay does. But does spell? Is it from Pella or something?
It's which one? So it has to be only one.
Oh. Okay.
So you're sure pay does?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
At least.
Pay, final answer.
Pay is correct. Your second bonus. Of the following words, which, if any, derive from Latin? Never, going, to, give, you, up.
Oh my God.
Great question.
I don't think any of those do.
Yeah,
Maybe never is probably German. To give, I don't think any of them do.
If you think so.
I think those are all Germanic.
Okay.
None of them. Final answer.
None is correct. And kudos to the question writers for rickrolling the finalists. So that is a total of 20 points on question number 6. Moving on now to toss-up 7 for any team. Responde Latine. In quo signo caeli nocturni inveniuntur stellae, monstri ingentis positae a unone postquam Hercules in, we have Massachusetts 1, James. I need your answer. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I will repeat. Responde Latine. Oh, wait, sorry, nobody else buzzed. Responde Latine. In quo signo caeli nocturni inveniuntur stellae, monstri ingentis positae a unone postquam Hercules in, we have Florida 1, Fefe.
In concre.
Can you spell your second word, please?
I'll put it in chat.
Okay. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I will repeat. Responde Latine. In quo signo caeli nocturni inveniuntur stellae monstri ingentis positae a unone postquam Hercules in palude lernae pugnans necavit. In quo signo caeli nocturni inveniuntur stellae monstri ingentis positae a unone postquam Hercules in palude lernae pugnans necavit. Texas 1, Marco.
Concrem.
Sorry, we needed concere or conqueris. There's an E there in the form that was missing from the answers. Although, give me a moment. We're actually going to check on Concro for a second. So we'll just give me a second to see if there's a quick resolution for this. And if there is, we'll go ahead and read the bonuses. If not, we can come back to it later. Okay, we're going to proceed for now without accepting it, but our researchers are checking on in Concro there, and if it's deemed to be acceptable, then we will circle back and give you the bonuses later. So for now, there are no points on question number 7, and we're going to move on to question number 8 and come back if we need to. So let's do toss-up number 8 for any team. Make the phrase loca urbana singular. Florida 1, Fefe.
Locus urbanus.
Locus urbanus is correct. First bonus for Florida. What is the technical term for nouns like balneum, which have a different gender in the plural?
Okay, so gender specifically is heterogenes, right? Okay, heterogenes, final answer.
Yes, or heterogeneous would have worked as well. Your second bonus. Another technical term for nouns is heteroclite, which describes nouns that vary in declension. Give an example in Latin of a heteroclitic noun.
Okay, there's a few. Heteroclitic. Probably domus is the most standard one.
Go
right?
with the most.
Yeah.
I'd go with the most.
Domus, final answer.
Domus works. There were myriad other examples. So that is 20 points for Florida on question number 8. So at this point, I will let you know that our researchers have determined that in concro is in fact acceptable for toss-up number 7. So before we move on to number 9, we're going to go back and give the bonuses on number 7 to the Massachusetts team. So this is first bonus on question 7 for Massachusetts. In quo signo caeli nocturni sunt stellae, nymphae callistus aut filii Arcadus.
So it's,
In Ursis, because there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
So in Ursis. Okay. In Ursis, final answer.
No, we needed in ursa, or minore for that one. Although come to think of it, I'm going to ask our researchers to take a look at Orsis on that one because I can see the point of view on that. So we're not going to award the points on that, but they're going to check on it. So we're going to move on to number 2. Second bonus for Massachusetts on number 7. In quo signo caeli nocturni inveniuntur stellae, cuius dam virginis postae a Minerva postquam Medusa interfecta Perseus virginem ipsam servavit.
So this is Cassiopeia.
Yeah, I think so.
What constellation is that?
I think it's just called Cassiopeia, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, go with that.
Are you good with that? Yeah.
Does it
Oh,
have
is
a
it
name?
Andromeda? Is it Andromeda?
Oh, that
Saves.
makes
Save the girl. Yeah, so Andromeda. Yeah, it must be that.
Okay.
yeah, that makes more
In
sense.
Andromeda?
In Andromeda. Okay. In Andromeda, final answer.
Yes, that's correct on bonus number 2. So 15 points for now on number 7, and we will get back to you later in the round on first bonus on that one. All right, so at this point, we're now going to move on to toss-up number 9 for any team. What man who first made a name for himself by defeating the Ingauni in Liguria in 181 BC led the Roman forces that defeated the Florida 2, William?
Paulus?
I need more, please.
Aemilius Paulus?
Yes, that's correct. Aemilius Paulus, that defeated the Macedonian phalanx of Perseus at the Battle of Pydna. First bonus for Florida. What triumph-hungry Roman consul committed a massacre in Liguria in 173 BC?
I think this is Brutus, maybe?
Which Brutus?
They're
Was it just
like Liguria. So wait, say Galba.
You sure?
Yes.
You think Galba's better?
Was Galba around in the BCs?
Yes, he was. Servius Sulpicius, not like the other Galba, like the one like.
I'll defer to you on this. I defer to William for our final answer.
Galba?
No, the answer we needed there is Popilius. And your second bonus. The people of which island rose in a sympathetic revolt due to Rome's Ligurian wars, firing Tiberius Sempronius Gracchus to occupy it with a consular army for 2 years?
I think it's Sardinia.
Opinions?
I think that might be right.
Okay.
Are you definitely Sardinia?
Yes.
Okay. Sardinia, final answer?
Sardinia is correct. So that's 15 points on question number 9 for Florida. Okay, we're going to move on to toss-up number 10, after which we'll do a score check. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice, then responde latine to the questions that follow. First reading. Ursulus maxime curiosus, lacertam vidit et in dorso eos saluit. Lacerta nesciens quid accideret, versa est ut nosceret. Eo tempores momento, pater ursus gutur hostis momordit, et ferociter pede celeri ursulum in cavernam repulit. Second reading. Ursulus maxime curiosus, lacertam vidit, et in dorso eos saluit. Lacerta nesciens quid accideret, versa est ut nosceret. Eo temporis momento, pater ursus gutur hostis momordit, et ferociter pede celeri ursulum in cavernam repulit. Your question. Cur lacerta, Texas 1, Marco.
Ut nosceret.
Ut nosceret is correct. The question was, cur lacerta versa est. Your first bonus, and the passage is in the chat. Quando pater ursus gutur lacertae momordit.
Quando, so when did the father bear bite? I think the throat. So I guess like temporis momento, but I don't know. Versus hostis momordit. What do you guys think? Just temporis or memento temporis?
Yeah, I think so as well.
Okay, final answer, memento temporis.
I need more information, please.
Et o temporis momento.
I need more information. Sorry, I got to call time on that. What we needed was cum lacerta versa est. That's what we were getting to on that one. So no points on question number 1. Your second bonus. Quo modo pulsus est ursulus a patre.
So how, I guess, ferociter will repulit. So, celeri ferociter. Quomodo. So I guess just ferociter.
Yeah.
So celeri, in cavernam repulit. Yeah, so I think just ferociter, right?
I need your answer, please.
Final answer, ferociter.
Ferociter works. We would have also taken pede. So 15 points on question 10, and we're going to pause for a score check.
After 10 questions, Texas has 15 points, Massachusetts has 95 points, and Florida has 35 points.
All right, we're still working on the other issue, so we will report back to you when that's resolved. So at this point, we're going to move on now to question number 11 for any team. This question is a visual question. You will have 10 seconds to examine the visual once it is shared via Zoom. Please examine your visual now. Toss up. Consider the following images labeled A through D. Which of these images depicts a scene from the story told by a native Arcadian to Aeneas in Book 8 of the Aeneid when the hero reaches Palanteum? Texas 2, Victoria.
A.
A is correct. First bonus for Texas. At the beginning of Book 8, a certain river god appears to Aeneas in a dream to inform him that he has reached his home. Identify by letter the name which contains this episode as well as the name of the river god.
Certain river god.
So it's
I think it's a D, but I don't remember the guy's name.
Do you know any type of river gods?
Well, like
This was to Aeneas.
maybe the Tiber.
Is
That's
that
that's the only thing I can think of because they're like in Italy.
okay? What do you
I
guys?
guess D and Tiber.
All right, go with it.
Final answer D and Tiber.
Yes, D and Tiber is correct. And your second bonus. Letter C depicts the prophetic symbol of a sow that Aeneas will see to prove that he has finally reached his home. The coin is inaccurate, however. According to the Aeneid, what color should the sow be and how many piglets should she have?
I don't remember this like well. I guess white would be something that's weird.
Makes sense.
And then we'll just go with 6, I guess, for piglets.
All right, yeah, go with it.
Final answer white and 6.
White is correct, but it was 30 piglets.
Okay.
No points on number 2. So that's a total of 15 points for Texas on question 11. Before we move on, a couple of quick resolutions. The question about Ursis, we determined that that answer was not acceptable because the question was designed specifically to ask for a singular answer. And there was also an issue about question number 6 and the word mean. That use of mean is not a form of not related to the mathematical mean. And so, sorry, that word meaning is not related to the mathematical mean. And so it didn't affect the correctness of the answer in that case. So in both cases, the score as previously read remains unchanged. And I may have done a poor job of explaining the other one, but we can sort it out after the round if necessary. Okay, so at this point, we're now moving on to number 12 for any team. Replacing an earlier format known as volumen, parchment was cut into Massachusetts for Owen.
Codex?
Codex is correct. Parchment was cut into pages and bound in a form like a modern book. Give the Latin term for this book format. First bonus for Massachusetts. Codex essentially means a chunk of wood. Why were books with pages given this name?
Were they like bound with
Were they
like
bound
wood
around it?
covers or something?
Well, weren't they like a roll?
No, this like replaced the roll. So it's like,
Were like the covers
yeah, it was
made of
either
wood?
bound with it or it's like because the paper was made from the trees, maybe.
No, but it's papyrus though. I think
it's true.
I don't think they had wood
Like,
paper.
yeah, I guess
so. They were bound
bound
with wood.
It was bound with
I need
wood.
your answer, please.
They were bound with wood. Final answer.
No, what we needed was that the front and back covers were made of a sheet of wood. Second bonus. Parchment is a term for vellum, but it actually is derived from the name of a city famous for making vellum. What city was this?
Pergamum.
Pergamum. Okay. Pergamum. Final answer.
Pergamum is correct. That is a total of 15 points on number 12 for Massachusetts. Toss-up number 13 for any team. Please translate the following sentence into English. Cum medica sanando perita esset, aeger mortuus est. Texas 1, Marco.
Oh my god.
I need your answer.
No answer.
Okay, Florida 1, Fefe.
Although the doctor was skilled in healing, the sick man has died.
Yes, that's correct. Your first bonus. Translate this sentence. Utinam evadere nobis nostris domibus liceret.
Okay, so would that liceret is imperfect. So would that it was allowed for us? Would that we were allowed? Would that it was allowed? Would that we were allowed to leave our house? Oh, that's a nice sentence. So would that we were allowed to leave our homes. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Would that we were allowed to leave our homes? Final answer.
Yes, that's correct. And your second bonus, translate this sentence. Speremos infantem qui magnopere fleat mox desistere.
Okay, so let's hope. Fleo. What does fleo mean? Let's hope that the baby who greatly soon stops. Fleo. Let's hope that the baby who greatly coughs ceases soon. Okay, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Need your answer?
Okay, final answer. Let's hope that the baby who greatly coughs ceases soon.
No, we needed crying there for fleot. So that's a total of 15 points on question 13. I thought that second one was written about Aspen's cat there for a second. Moving on now to toss-up 14 for any team. Which of these words does not belong because of meaning? Fulget, pluit, ninget, piget. Florida 1, Fefe.
Piget.
Piget is correct. Tonat was the last word. So Florida gets the bonus. First bonus. Distinguish in meaning between fulget and tonat.
Okay, so fulget is it lightnings and tonat is it thunders. Right?
Yes.
Right. It's thunder and lightning. Okay. So oh no. Lightning and thunder, right? Because tonat is thunder, right? Tonat is the and okay.
Yeah.
So fulget is it lightnings and tonat is it thunders.
That's correct. And your second bonus. Distinguish in meaning between pluit and ninget.
Pluit is it rains, ninget is it snows.
Yes.
Okay, pluit is it rains, ninget is it snows. Final answer.
Yes, that's correct. That's 20 points on question 14. Moving on to toss-up 15 for any team. Supply the correct form of dokeo for the following sentence. We attended many years of school. Texas 1, Marco.
Dokendi.
Sorry, Dokendi is incorrect. Massachusetts 2, Kyler.
Doktum.
Sorry, Doktum is incorrect. I will repeat for Florida. Supply the correct form of dokeo for the following sentence. We attended many years of school in order to teach the students of tomorrow. Florida 1, Fefe.
Dokeremos.
Dokeremos is correct. First bonus, Florida. Supply the correct form of dokeo for this sentence. Our parents asked us what we were being taught.
Okay, so what we were being taught, asked, so it has to be past sequence. So dokeretur, I think, right? What we were being taught, past
Yes.
yeah. Dokeretur, final answer.
No, dokeremur is what we needed on that one. And your second bonus. Supply the correct form of dokeo for this sentence. If we had taught the men to fish, they would have never been hungry again.
So this is past contradict fact. So dukisemus, if we had, they would never. If we had, yeah. Everyone in agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Dokuisemus.
Yes, dokuisemus is correct. That is a total of 15 points on question number 5 for Florida. And we will now do the three-quarter score.
Tyler has a comment, I think.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me. This is not entirely sure, but shouldn't my answer of doctum be acceptable as an accusative supine to express purpose?
Okay, so they are checking on both of the first two answers to that question. So Our team are checking both on Dokindi and Doktum.
Thank you.
And if necessary, we'll come back and give replacement boni. For now, we're going to keep the points awarded to Florida. So let's read the score check with that in mind. And of course, we will sort all of this out before we do question 20 later.
So at this point, after 15 questions, Texas has 30 points, Massachusetts has 110 points, and Florida has 85 points.
Okay. Good luck as we move into the final quarter of the match. This is toss-up 16 for any team. At what battle did the Romans first encounter so-called Lucanian oxen under the Texas 4 Logan?
Heraclea.
Heraclea is correct. Under the direction of the Epirote General Pyrrhus in 280 BC. First bonus for Texas. While Pyrrhus fought the Romans with elephants, what Thessalian diplomat did he send to Rome more than once to negotiate peace?
Kineos.
Yeah, I think so.
Kineos, final answer.
You repeat that, please?
Kineos.
Yes, that's correct. And your second bonus. What Roman consul is celebrated in the Roman annals for rejecting more than one bribe from Pyrrhus?
Fabricius, right?
Yeah, I think so. Go with that.
Final answer, Fabricius.
That Fabricius is correct. That's 20 points on question 16. Give me just a second to clarify one other thing. Got it. Okay. So there was a question about the answer being bound in bonus 1 for question 12. And I have just been told that that answer is acceptable. So we're going to award the points for Massachusetts on bonus 1, question 12. And we will reflect that in the updated score when we get to question 19. I don't have any other updates at this moment, but I'll pass them along as they come. So with that in mind, we're going to move on to question number 17 for any team. Over what Bithynian people did sorry guys, I apologize. I just read something out of sequence. Sorry guys, I actually just started reading the bonus instead of the toss up that one. So give me a minute. We're going to pull up a replacement question for that one. I've also just been told that we are actually going to accept Dokindi on as an answer for question 15. So we will have some replacement boni coming on that one. So appreciate your patience while we sort all of these things out. Okay, so we are ready to go, and we're going to move on. This is still toss-up 17 for any team. Michael, yep, thank you. Okay, toss-up 17 for any team. What group of men whose members included Thursander, Sthenelus, your Massachusetts, James?
The Epigoni.
Epigony is correct. The rest were Sthenelus, Euryalus, and Diomedes, marched on the city of Thebes to avenge their father's deaths. Your first bonus. Which of the 7 against Thebes, who repelled an ambush of 50 men before the main siege, was Diomedes' father?
Tydeus?
Yep. Yeah.
That's funny. Tydeus, final answer.
Tydeus is correct. And your second bonus. Which of the 7 against Thebes, who bore a shield with the inscription, "I will burn the city," was Sthenelus' father?
Capaneus.
Are you sure? Or is that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you know, okay. Capaneus, final answer.
That is correct, and that is a total of 20 points on question number 17. Moving on to question number 18. Translate the following sentence using fully alliterative Latin. You have touched so many lands. Texas 1, Marco.
Tetigisti.
I need your answer. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Tas terras.
What was the second word, please?
Tantas.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Massachusetts 2, Kyler.
Etigisti tot terras.
Yes, Tetigeti tot terras is what we needed. First bonus for Massachusetts. Translate the following sentence using fully alliterative. Oh, hold on a second.
Hang on 1 second.
Sorry, they're checking something.
Excuse me. Can I ask if it's a challenge for my answer?
Yes, that's correct. There was no challenge, but our staff wanted to check that. So that's what's happening right now. And obviously, we want to work that out before we give the bonuses. I'll tell you what, while they're checking on that, let's do the replacement bonuses for question number 15 for Texas. So as you'll recall, this was the question where Texas was the first team to signal and gave the answer Dokindi, which we did not accept, and subsequently decided that we should have accepted. So at this point, we're awarding 10 points on question 15 to Texas, and we're going to give you the bonus. So Texas, are you guys ready to go for that?
Yes.
This is replacement bonus number 1 for question 15. Using a deponent verb, say you are fearing.
So where and then it's like where, airy. So you are fearing. So where eris, right?
Sure, I think.
Okay. Final answer, where eris.
Where eris is correct, and your second bonus. Change the deponent verb wereris to the pluperfect subjunctive.
Pluperfect subjunctive. So that's weritus. Pluperfect weritus essays, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Weritus essays, like that. Okay. Pluperfect subjunctive. Okay. Final answer, weritus essays.
Veritas essays is correct. So that is now 20 points to Texas on question number 15. Sorry, we're still discussing the Tantas issue. So bear with me for a minute.
You're muted, Chris.
It's going to take a few more minutes for them to sort out the Tantas question. So we're going to go ahead and read question 19 while they're working on it. And then at that point, we will determine who gets the boni for 18 and resolve all of the other issues that may yet to be resolved before we move on to question 20. So take a breath, and then we're going to now move on to toss-up number 19 for any team. What son of Saturn ignored Circe because of his Texas 2 Victoria?
Picus?
Say again?
Picus?
Picus is correct. Because of his preference for a singing nymph, prompting the sorceress to transform him into a woodpecker. Your first bonus. Name this nymph whose name refers to her talent of singing.
It's like Conanes, I think.
Cananes.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Final answer, Conanes.
Conanes is correct, and your second bonus. In the Aeneid, Picus is given as the father and grandfather of what two men who helped comprise Rome's mythical genealogy?
Could you repeat? Oh wait, it's not posted in chat.
He's going to post it right now.
Okay.
Do you know any like?
I need your answer, please.
Not really. I guess.
Got to call time. Sorry. Faunus and Latinus is what we needed there, or Latinus. So that's a total of 15 points on number 19. And at this point, we're going to go back to 18, and the staff has determined that Tantas is acceptable. So on that question, we are going to go back and give bonuses to Texas on question number 18. So this is bonus number 1 for question 18 for Texas. Translate the following sentence using fully alliterative Latin. Why were you wary of 100 dinners?
Okay. To be wary. Do you know wary? I think like. Oh man.
Yeah, I got nothing for wary.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's like. Contus. Let me post it like that, but I don't know. I could be very, very wrong. But I'll just use that. Core eros contus, I guess wary of. So
need your answer, please.
Final answer, core. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah.
Time. Sorry. It's cur centum canas cahuebas.
Yeah. Okay.
And your second bonus. Translate the following sentence using fully alliterative Latin. Ulysses was using each of his shoulders?
Ulysses. Oh Jesus. Each. Each. You know each? Besides like I guess there's like Unisque, but they're I don't know. Right? Unisque
Something in
is
Unus Nauta, I think. I don't know.
I guess I'll use Unis or Unisque because that's very okay. So just Ulysses.
Need your answer, please.
Okay. Final answer Ulysses. Ut Ute Batur. Umer Bis.
Sorry, I got to call time.
Yeah.
It was Ulysses Utris Umeris Utebatur. So that's a total of 10 points on question number 8. Okay, so at this point, so far as we know as the staff, we have resolved all open issues, but I'm opening it up to the players and the coaches to advise us if there are any other issues that we need to address before we move on to the score check before 20 and toss up 20. Okay, hearing none, let's have the official score after question 19.
After 19 questions, Texas has 95 points. Massachusetts has 135 points. Florida has 70 points.
Okay, then let's move on to toss up number 20 for any team.
Wait 1 second, Chris.
Yep. All right, so we've got at least one issue that has been raised. So give me a second and I will update you once I know where we are.
This is Ms. Luongo. Dr. Husino has had to go into the moderator's room to explain some of the challenges. If there are any further challenges as of right now, they can be sent by private message to me, Jenny Luongo. Thanks.
I'm back, Jenny.
Thank you. Dr. Husino, or perhaps Mr. Sloan or Mr. Kearney, I think some of the other teams would like some clarification on what the protests are right now.
Dr. Asino, please explain.
Sorry. We have a protest on toss-up 2 on Cardo as being a turning point or something important on which other things depend. And we have a protest on the toss-up 6 on meaning as coming from as being a form of the verb mean, coming in that verb coming from Latin.
Our moderator, Chris, has gone to the breakout room with all the other moderating staff for the purpose of resolving these challenges, so just hang tight.
I am going to step into the breakout room as well. If there are protests in the meantime, could you please send them to Michael? I'll be back shortly.
Thank you. Cardo was the answer given to a toss-up, and therefore has a more implicative swing, so to speak. If you read up in the chat, Cardo was given as the answer to the question with Yowe in it, and it's a question of whether that's acceptable.
I'm back. I am returning to the breakout room again. So, Michael,
Please direct anything to me.
hi, Michael, I'm back.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for your patience. After much discussion, clearly, we have some answers for you guys. We want to let you know that, first of all, by vote of the moderators, CARDO will be accepted on I believe, toss-up number 2, and bonus questions are being sought right now to give to the team who answered Cardo. Also, for the protest about meaning possibly coming from Latin, the moderators have searched and have not been able to find any extant use in English of the word meaning based on a verb that means to make an average. And so we are rejecting that protest. So we're just waiting on those bonus questions, and then we will go on to toss-up 20. Okay. Kyler?
Does that mean that, so are we doing the bony before toss-up 20 or toss-up 20 before the bony are resolved?
We're going to do the bony first.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. And then we'll reread the score.
Yeah, we want everyone to have a firm and official score before we do the final toss-up.
Chris, where would you like in the document these replacements to go? Where are you looking right now? I'm putting it just below 2 right now.
That's fine.
Great. Okay.
Okay, so at this point, we're going to now give replacement question bonuses for question 2 for Florida. And then at that point, I'm going to have the official score check going into the final question. So this is bonus number 1 from question 2 for Florida. What Latin verb with what meaning lies at the root of the English word decay?
That's caught out to fall, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Cado to fall, final answer?
Yes, that's correct. Your second bonus, from what Latin verb with what meaning do we derive the English verb endeavor?
Oh no.
From what Latin verb?
I think it's do, right?
Yeah.
Let's think of all the possible answers. Do to give.
Debeo.
Debeo is habeo, or yeah. Or no. Habeo is debeo. Sorry. I think endeavor. I've seen this word before. I just think it is do, like to give
Okay.
oneself under or something like that.
I need your
Yes.
answer, please.
Do give. Final answer.
No, I'm sorry. We needed debeo, o, or ought. So that's a total of 15 points for Florida on question number 2. All right. So at this point in time, let's have the official score check going into question number 20, please.
Going into the final toss-up, we have Texas with 95 points, Massachusetts with 115 points, and Florida with 85 points.
Okay. On that note, let's move on to the final toss-up for any team.
Hold on 1 second, Chris.
Okay.
Is this concerning that bonus question?
It's not concerning that bonus question. It's concerning the derivatives question, question 6. I'll explain in a minute or two.
Sorry about Debeo.
It's all good, man.
There was another protest on the meaning with some additional examples, but the moderators have continued to vote that that is not acceptable, based not only on the fact that it is very rare in English, but also on the fact that in those types of questions, we give the dictionary form of the word in those derivatives questions, not some alternate form. So for example, we would ask for the root of the word
We ask
to
burst, but
love,
not
for
bursting.
example, not, or we would ask for love, not having been loved, if that makes sense. So we're going to continue on as soon as we get those replacement boni for Mr. Sloan.
Those are done. So at this point, we are going to move on to toss-up 20. Good luck to all three teams. Toss-up 20. From what two Latin words with what meanings do we ultimately derive proud? Florida 1, Fefe.
Pro meaning for, do meaning to give.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Texas 1, Marco.
Pro meaning before and soon to be.
Yes, pro before and soon to be. First bonus for Texas. From what two Latin words, an adjective and a verb, with what meanings do we ultimately derive acrylic?
Could you paste that? Oh, thank you. Acrylic. So acer and oh shoot, this is like to smell. Oh my god. So it's, I think it's acer and olo or oleo. Was it olere?
Answer, please.
Final answer, acer and oleo, meaning sharp and to smell, respectively.
That's correct. And you're from what two Latin words with what meanings do we derive somersault?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I know this. It's like salio and supra, right? Oh my god. Right?
Zolio, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's like jump. Yeah.
Supra over and salio to jump. Okay. Final answer, supra over and salio to jump.
Yes, that's correct. Total of 20 points on the final toss-up for Texas. And let's have the final score, please.
Well, I don't know about final, but after 20 questions, we've got Texas with 115 points, Massachusetts also with 115 points, and Florida with 85 points.
Okay, so our procedure at this point in time is to play a five toss-up playoff, unless that changed last year when I wasn't paying attention. So give me a moment for us to get those questions ready, and I will get back to you shortly. Okay, so we do have the tiebreakers ready to go. And so at this point in time, this is a five toss-ups only, and it's only going to be for Texas and Massachusetts, who are tied. So congratulations to Florida, but you guys can watch this one as we wrap it up. And again, it's going to be 5 questions, toss-ups only. And if we are still tied, then we will do that again. And we will keep doing that as many times as we need to until we have a winner. Is everyone clear on what we're doing at this point? Do any of you all have any questions for me? Okay, good luck to both of you. And this is tiebreaker question, toss-up number 1. Give the dative plural of the noun opus. Massachusetts 2, Kyler.
Opibus.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Texas 1, Marco.
Operibus.
Operibus is correct. So that's 1 for Texas. Moving on now to toss-up number 2 for any team. Who cut Queen Dido's hair to Texas 2, Victoria?
Iris.
Iris is correct. That's 2 questions thus far for Texas. Moving on to question number 3 for any team. Dic Anglicae, solemniter euro me nulla bona facere. Dic Anglicae, solemniter euro me nulla bona facere. Texas 1, Marco. I need your answer, please.
No answer.
Okay, Massachusetts 2, Kyler.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
That's correct. So we currently have 2 for Texas and 1 for Massachusetts. And we're now going to move to question number 4 for any team. Who was granted the first Senatus Consultum? Texas 3, Christian.
Opimius.
Opimius is correct. The rest of the question was Senatus Consultum Ultimum to forcefully put down Gaius Gracchus's armed insurrections in 121 BC. And we'll read the final question for any team. Toss up. Change the noun caro to the ablative. And we have Texas 1, Marco.
Carne?
Carne is correct. And let's have the final score. Mr. Scorekeeper, I think I know what it was, but go ahead.
After those 5 toss-ups, I have Texas with 4 versus Massachusetts with 1.
Okay, congratulations to Texas and congratulations to all 3 teams on a well-played match and for your patience. So,
Congratulations, everybody. We need to head now to the advanced room to get them going, but congratulations on all your hard work, and we're really proud of all of you. Thank you.
Thank you all for moderating and all those things. Great game, everyone.
Good game, everyone.
Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Good game.
Good game.
Do we want the tiebreaker reflected in the spreadsheet?
If
And
possible.
If so, do you know how to do that?
Nope.
Okay, I'll write to Austin.
Can you add a comment, perhaps?
I guess I can add some rows here.
That would work.
I guess I can do that. Let's try that. I'm trying to edit part of the sheet that shouldn't be changed accidentally. Maybe I'll write to Austin and see what he.
Sounds good.
right, guys, thank you for all your help. I am logging off.